Hello students, welcome back. Today we will start on a brand new topic, the blood vessels. One of the most important aspects of a blood vessel discussion is blood vessel anatomy. We will eventually explore the anatomy of 7 basic blood vessels. These 7 blood vessels include the large, medium, and small veins, the large, medium, and small arteries, and the capillaries. The most complex of these vessels is the medium artery. This lecture will be devoted to the anatomy of the medium artery. The medium artery is composed of 6 layers. The innermost layer creates the opening of the blood vessel formed by the joining of special cells. Let's draw this first layer. While I'm drawing, I will remove the annotation. Let's next look at the second layer. The second layer is a sheet of different proteins which hold the specialized cells in place. Let's draw this layer. Shown here is the second layer. This layer consists of various proteins, and these proteins act to hold the specialized cells of the first layer in place. The third layer is an elastic membrane which gives the blood vessel the flexibility to stretch under high pressure. Let's draw this layer. Shown here is our third layer. This layer is an elastic membrane. It allows the blood vessel to stretch under high pressure. The fourth layer is usually the thickest layer. It consists primarily of smooth muscle, which is responsible for the vasoconstriction and the vasodilation of the vessel. Let's show the fourth layer. Shown here is the fourth layer. It consists primarily of smooth muscle, and it is responsible for vasoconstriction and vasodilation. The fifth layer consists of an additional membrane of elastic tissue. Shown here is our fifth layer. This is an outer elastic membrane. It allows the blood vessel to stretch under high pressure, just as layer 3 does. The sixth layer is the outermost covering of the blood vessel. And shown here is the sixth layer. It is the outermost covering of the blood vessel. Now we've described all of the layers of the medium artery. Before naming these layers, let's organize our annotations. Let's replace the arrows. Shown here is the annotation and labeling of all 6 layers. Let's name these layers. The first layer is known as the endothelium. The second layer, which is the one that holds the cells of the first layer in place, is known as the basement membrane. The third layer is known as the internal elastic lamina. We will wait to name the fourth layer. The fifth layer is the external elastic lamina. There are 3 major regions to a blood vessel. The first 2 layers make up the first region, The next three layers make up the second region, and the outer layer makes up the last region. The first region is known as the tunica intima, or the tunica interna. The tunica intima is composed of the endothelium and the basement membrane. The second major layer, which is composed of layers 3, 4, and 5, is known as the tunica media. And the last major layer, which consists of only one minor layer, layer 6, is the tunica externa. This layer is also known as the tunica adventitia. And so the three major layers of a blood vessel include the tunica intima, also known as the tunica interna, the tunica media, and the tunica externa, also known as the tunica adventitia. The tunica intima is composed of the endothelium and the basement membrane. The tunica externa is only composed of layer 6, and the tunica media is composed of the internal elastic lamina, the external elastic lamina, and the fourth layer. The smooth muscle layer is always referred to as the tunica media. This is the case for all of the blood vessels. For the medium artery, layer 4 is always the tunica media. However, in some cases, the term tunica media may be broadened to include the elastic layers of the medium artery. Shown here are the layers of the medium artery. This concludes our first discussion of the blood vessels, and it also concludes this lecture on the anatomy of the medium artery. I hope that you've learned a lot.